Today, we're diving into a really powerful story that asks a tough question. What does it take to be seen for who you really are, especially when the world seems so quick to judge you on appearances? We're going to follow the journey of a young boy named Augie as he navigates the treacherous waters of middle school, friendship, and ultimately acceptance. So, before we get into all the nitty-gritty details, let's just zoom out for a second and look at the emotional heart of this story. It's a journey that's going to take us from some really low lows to some incredible highs. This is the emotional roller coaster we're about to hop on. It starts with the crushing weight of being an outcast, goes through the sharp sting of betrayal, and ends with the incredible warmth of a hard-won transformation. And, this is more than just one boy's story. It's really about how courage and a little bit of kindness can totally reshape an entire community. Okay, so to really get what Augie was up against, we need to understand the words that basically defined his experience. These aren't just vocabulary words. They're the actual building blocks of his entire story. First up, whisper. Just imagine that. Imagine that being the soundtrack to your life at school. It's not loud shouting. It's something way more sneaky. A constant, hushed judgment that just follows you down the hall. It's like a poison you can't get away from. And then there's tease. This is where those whispers, they turn into weapons. These weren't just harmless jokes. They were daily attacks on his spirit, a constant, cruel reminder that he was on the outside looking in. And the way people avoided him, it wasn't an accident. This word, purposely, is so key because it shows the rejection was a deliberate choice. Kids were choosing to stay away from him. This one takes the cruelty to a whole other level. Some kids literally treated his appearance like a disease, like just being near him was something they could catch. Can you imagine how isolating that must have felt? Abruptly. This word, it's like the sound of happiness shattering. 1 minute, Augie's feeling good, he's feeling confident. And the next, a single conversation he overhears just sends his entire world into a tailspin. But okay, here's where things start to shift. This one word, genuinely, it marks the turning point from a forced fake friendship to something real and sincere. This is the beginning of the change. Apologize. It sounds so simple, right? But it represents this profound, courageous act. It's the bridge that allows a broken friendship to be rebuilt, not just back to how it was, but into something way, way stronger. It's really interesting? Over time, the meaning of this word approach completely flips for Augie. What was once something to be afraid of, someone coming near him, becomes this welcome sign of acceptance and friendship. Then there's ruin. This really gets to the dark heart of bullying. The goal isn't just to hurt, but to completely dismantle something, to take away a person's safety, their joy, their right to just belong. And this is the ultimate act of having someone's back. This is what his new friends and, even some of his old enemies chose to do. They stood up for him, and that showed everyone that he was finally, truly one of them. All right, so we've got our keywords down. Let's see how they all come together. Let's get into the story itself and see how this incredible journey actually unfolds. So those first few months of school were just brutal. A constant storm of stares, whispers, and mean jokes. For Augie, there was really only one day a year he felt like he could breathe. Halloween. Behind a mask, he wasn't different. He was just another kid. And here we are, the moment of absolute betrayal. On the one day he felt totally normal, totally confident, his world is about to be shattered by words he was never, ever supposed to hear. I mean, can you even imagine hearing that from one of your only two friends? It was just a crushing blow. The friendship he thought was real suddenly felt like a complete lie, and he ran home totally heartbroken. But this isn't where their story ends. That betrayal, as awful as it was, actually became the catalyst for something amazing. Jack's apology wasn't just him saying sorry. It was about him genuinely realizing that he had come to really value Augie's friendship. So their bond wasn't just repaired, it was rebuilt, stronger than ever. Okay, now this is the huge turning point, the camping trip. When they're faced with this outside threat, the whole dynamic of the class just changes. It's not just Jack defending Augie anymore. All of a sudden, kids who had been mean or just didn't care are on his side. This was the real test of his acceptance. And this slide just illustrates that transformation perfectly. Look at the contrast here. He goes from being avoided to getting friendly knuckle punches in the hall, from an outcast that kids were afraid to even look at, to just little dude. He wasn't defined by his face anymore. He was just one of the kids. So, how did this incredible transformation actually happen? Let's just trace that path from outcast to hero one last time. So the story kicks off in a really difficult place. Augie is dealing with social isolation, and on top of that, he gets this devastating personal blow from a friend he trusted. But the key here is that the friendship didn't just end. It got rebuilt on a foundation of genuine remorse and, really importantly, forgiveness. And that one act of forgiveness, it just had this ripple effect. It was like a crack in the dam of prejudice, and it allowed other people to finally see Augie for who he was. The camping trip wasn't where his acceptance started. It was where it was cemented. When his classmates stood up for him, they weren't just defending a kid, they were declaring to the world that he was one of them. You know, Augie's journey from being judged by his face to being celebrated for his character is such a powerful lesson. And it leaves us with this final question to think about in our own lives. Who might we be failing to see for who they truly are?
Want to speak English better and boost your exam scores? Summary training makes it happen.